All right, so today we're on the world famous Salar De Uyuni, the world's largest salt flats. And it's just otherworldly, really, really bright. I gotta put some sunglasses on. It's like blindingly bright, way brighter than even snow. But just check this out, it's incredible. It's really like another world.
That whether you're on the not road or you're on the road, you gotta watch out for holes. There's big giant holes apparently that people dig out the salt from. It'll just swallow your bike, make you fall off. It's actually quite cold at the moment, and it gets well below freezing at night, so I don't want to get caught out here. Obviously got to get a picture in front of this. Oh, how cool is this? Wow.
All right, so at the entrance, you got the Dakar sign made out of salt, really cool. And then you got the Plaza of Flags. There's also a salt hotel. So this hotel is made all out of salt. Wow.
All right, well, I've been having a little bit of trouble starting the bike, and I really hope it doesn't leave you stranded out there. I'm hoping it's just a combination of the altitude and the crappy gas. Woo. Honestly, don't really know which track to pick. It's obviously just sort of a featureless desert, so I don't really know which way to pick, so I've just picked one. It's about 70 kilometers to the island, so about an hour, 2 hours, depending how fast I go. I'm going about 50 right now. They said don't go too much faster. So this is actually underneath here. This ranges from tens of centimeters to about a meter or two in depth, the salt, and underneath it is a huge brine pool. And the brine pool is the world's largest lithium deposit and the richest lithium deposit. Oh, the need to pee. Oh, wow. Here's some of the holes. Oh, and look, you can see the brine underneath it. So that's that salty, briny, lithium-y stuff. So you can see we're only riding on a foot, maybe just under a foot of this hard stuff. So you don't want to go through that, obviously. But it's the dry season right now. All right, I think I gotta head over to a road over that way. So we're gonna head across this featureless stuff. Hopefully don't get stuck, crash, or lost. And there should be another road over here somewhere. It is just insane. It really is otherworldly. All right, this seems to be the more heavily trafficked route. So I think we're going to try and get to the island on this little road. I don't know how mirages work with cameras. I'm assuming it's a trick of the human eye and brain. Probably can't see it, but the road just disappears into either sky or water. It looks like ahead. It's crazy, actually.
All right, so I was driving by, and miles ahead, I saw this bunch of bikers here. You can see for so far ahead. And I pulled over, and we got guys from Colombia. Everybody, Ecuador, todos Ecuador. Everybody else is from Ecuador. Hey, Colombia.
Colombia.
Okay, so we got 2 Colombians, the rest Ecuador, in the middle of nowhere. Some of them heading to Ushuaia also. Check this out.
We are the 3 demons. Los tres diablos.
The 3 devils.
We are los tres diablos, chicos.
Oh my God, he has a dog. Oh, that's the coolest thing.
He's a pug.
Oh my God.
Lindo, precioso.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, that's so cute. That's my dream, is to ride with the dog. Hasta luego, amigos. Adios. Nos vemos. Adios. Oh, that was brilliant. Reminds me actually just the brightness and the whiteness of driving at home in snow. Obviously not on the bike. Alright, so now it's getting harder to see where this road is. I can see the start of something up here. I've seen it for the last 10 minutes. I'm assuming it's the island because I've been told that this plains, the Uyuini salt flats, it only has a maximum variation in altitude of 1 meter for all the salt flats. Like, it's almost perfectly uniformly flat, except for the handful of islands out here. It's incredible. I've seen this thing, I must have seen it from 40 kilometers off, 30 kilometers off. It's still, I don't know, look, I think it's really deceiving. Very cool. So the salt plains are very old. They were created when the Andes were forming. When the Andes were pushing up, they created a big, massive lake here. Obviously a salt lake. And over time, that salt lake dried up and it formed these salt flats. And there's still, as you saw, there's still that briny, lithium-y water underneath. And these were islands when that was formed. And you got these cactuses on it, and there's something really, really cool about these cactuses, which I'm gonna tell you. He's singing to me here. So he just keeps coming over, flying over, singing. Oh man, those birds are so cool. I could spend all day just watching those birds. It was hard to get video, but some of them were like going on the helmet and sliding off. Really cool. I'm gonna have a little snack, a little bit of Bolivian chocolate with Andean royal quinoa and Uyuni salt. It's amazing how strong that sun is. Like the sun on my skin, I can really feel it. I'll put more sunscreen on. When I'm riding, it's like unbelievably cold, like really, really cold. It's incredible. So the birds live up in that little cave there. I don't know if you can see it. Ground's getting a little bit wet and soft under my feet. So I think the crust is probably quite a bit lower here, or narrow or smaller. Probably won't take my bike over here. You can see where someone's brought their vehicle and the tire tracks kind of sunk through into the brine. This is wild. Okay, so one other really cool thing about these cactuses is whatever the rate of growth is, and I can't remember exactly what it is, but the scientists, whoever look at cactus, the cactology people, they know how much these grow. And based on the size of them, some of these cactuses are over 1,000 years old, which is wild. This is definitely one of the coolest things I've ever done and seen. Just incredible. All right, well, it's time to start heading back. Definitely don't want to get caught out here in the dark. And I want to do a little bit of off-road riding. I know this is all off-road, but there is little roads of salt. And there's a lot more grip than I would have thought. Imagine not as much when it's wet, but I really don't want to leave my little bird friend here, wherever he went. But yeah, let's start heading back and see what else we see. Although, I think this is kind of it. But it's definitely one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
All right, now that I'm almost done my adventures day here on the Salar De Uyuni, I'm really worried about my bike. I'm looking at the tire here and it's just like caked. The salt is like somehow sticky and it's like caking to it. Like even worse than we see on the cars in Canada in the winter. Obviously we don't have like pure salt roads, but yeah, it's crazy how sticky it is. I'm just wondering how bad it's going to be all over the bike. So I'm going to get off here and go try and find somewhere to wash it. Look how sticky that is. It's like, I wonder if water's even gonna just take that off. Look, there's like a couple millimeters of salt crusted on there. It's crazy, there's just nothing around.
I mean, there's just nothing around.
All right, well, of course, as soon as I get to the really cool off-piste stuff, I run out of batteries for my helmet cams. So I think I might have 2 minutes left, hopefully, to show you I changed it, but none of them are charged. But what an incredible day. This is probably one of the coolest things I've ever done. Definitely one of the coolest things I've done on a motorcycle. So we're going to go try and wash the bike. But I've heard that there are accidents on here. Even though it's so open, there are accidents sometimes, just people doing silly stuff. And it looks like there was an accident. 5 people died here. Check this out.
All right.
All right, well, we got the bike washed, made it back to Uyuni. That was unquestionably one of the coolest days that I've had on this trip. Just seems like another world. Highly, highly, highly recommended. Even to go out of your way to do it. Well, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Next up, we are, I think, going to Chile. We're gonna try and cross into Chile tomorrow, I think. That's the rough plan anyway. Thanks again for watching. Check in then.